So if you're in business, do you really need all the suffering? Is it really all necessary? Hi, I'm Brian J. Pombo with brianjpombo.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit about suffering. It's one thing anyway that anybody that's ever been in business at all has gone through the process of absolute suffering, of, like I mentioned last time, hitting your head against a brick wall just constantly. If you haven't, you're one of the lucky ones. I haven't met you yet. I think you're a unicorn. But if you've been involved in business at all, you know what it's like to suffer. And one of the toughest things is when you're at a point that you're asking yourself, is it all really necessary? Am I doing everything that I need to be doing? And do I really have to be going through all the pain? I know I've been at that spot many times in my business, in my business life, and multiple businesses that I've run through the years. There's two things that I think are necessary to understand, and it all stems off of the fact that I think suffering, for the most part, is somewhat necessary, but only in the sense of you need to learn a lesson. You'll only suffer when there's a lesson to be learned. If you don't resent the suffering, if you don't resent the pain that you're going through, you'll learn the lesson a whole lot faster. It'll come to you quicker. And if you have a little bit of focus and fail fast, I know there's a whole lot of controversy about failing fast, because a lot of people say you got to get out there and fail fast. And it's not about failing dumb. It's not about just doing anything and blowing money and everything else and spinning your wheels. It's about failing fast in a focused way. Fail fast in a very specific, in a smart way, with a specific plan. If you've got a specific plan and you're taking it forward to a very specific goal, then fail as quickly as possible to get there. You have to move faster in most cases. You have to put your offer out there to your market more than you're currently doing. You got to find your market. You got to discover who they are and what they want, not what you want. It's really important. The speed that you do that with will decrease the suffering that you're going through. You'll learn faster, and therefore you don't have to suffer as more. How do I know that it's a learning thing? I know because if you've ever met anybody that came from a family that was successful and then they went off and seemed to get success pretty quickly, there's a lot of reasons behind that. One of it's the networks that they're in and everything else, but a big piece of it is a lot of the lessons that the rest of us have to learn, because we're coming from the first or second generation that's breaking out of their economic paradigm, is that the thing is that the people that grew up with it, the people that grew up with parents that figured out the secret, they were able to pass it on naturally. They were able to see their parents go through it. They were able to learn the lesson there and not have to learn it themselves, and not have to learn it through process of elimination and, like I said, pounding your head against a brick wall. So how do you learn that? How do you fail fast? How do you do that properly? The thing that took me the longest time to figure out is that you need a running mate, more than likely. Some people can do it on their own without any help. They've got the right conation, they've got the focus, they're just brilliant enough that they could just bear through it. God bless you if you're that person. There's no way I could have made it otherwise. I always needed at least one person to be able to work with, to just, if nothing more, bounce my ideas off of them. There's a concept we're going to talk about next time called the self-milking cow, but you hold off till next time, and we're going to talk about that, about how to really get to really quantify your ideas and quantify the direction of your business. But in the meantime, get a running mate. You have to have at least somebody that's at your level in terms of thought, in terms of how they think about business, in terms of strategically thinking about things and plotting things out, you got to have somebody that can help you out with that, whether it be a mentor, whether it be an advisor like me, which is a great time for me to bring up dreambizchat.com. If you are in the self-reliance space, if you own a business in the self-reliance space that helps people become more self-reliant, doesn't matter if it's animal nutrition or tiny homes, if you're out there promoting self-reliance, you're somebody I'd like to talk to. Now, I work in a lot of different industries, and I charge $600 and up for a consultation to sit down and talk with me, because it can be pretty valuable to people who are in the right frame of mind. But if you're in the self-reliance space, I'd like you to go to dreambizchat.com, fill out the application, and I will not charge you anything to talk with you, because I'm looking to find out more about the space, and you're a person I'd like to talk to. I'd like to find out about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and see if there's anything that I can do to help. And maybe a very small percentage of those people, I may just end up being a running mate for you and may be able to help you keep focused and really get things off the ground. I mean, you've got to already have a successful business. You've got to already be running. And you've got to have a solid idea where you're going. But if you've got those things and you just need someone to bounce some ideas off of and someone to tell you, I want to do that, let's try this, how does that compare with what you told me about that, then you need someone to talk to. If not me, go out and find somebody. You got to have a running mate to really get past your suffering. Hope that was helpful. Next time we're going to be talking about the self-milking cow, and you have a great night.